Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 74. It is Thursday morning here as I record this, but I feel like I'm in a bit of a time warp with the slow technology that is happening here in my home. So I don't know, you might get this today on Thursday, you might get this tomorrow on Friday, I'm not sure. So we're just going to see whatever happens. This will be the last podcast for this week. I've had some awarenesses, and I'm just going to ponder with you here in this space and see whatever your matches are. But first, the weather update. It is sunny today, but really, really cold still. It's gorgeous out, like such a blue sky. I love when the sky is that color. So that's what's happening here in Cincinnati. Yeah. So what would I ponder with you? Well, the title for today's podcast is Permission to Rest, and I'm not quite sure which direction it's going to go, but here's what I've been feeling. As you may or may not know from listening to the podcast, we cut our internet cables on Saturday, and so we've been without internet access this week. And so I've been using a hotspot to run my business, and I just love the way that sounds. A hotspot to run my business. And it's been working really well, except it's slower than usual, and it's required some juggling on my part to prioritize and figure out what I want to use the power for first. Do I want to upload the podcast first, or do I want to work on a web page or send emails? Because everything I'm doing sucks up some of that power, and it takes a conscious choice of what the priority is. So what I realized this morning is I'm kind of maxed on what is still needing to be completed, and the work I wanted to get to this week, which is transcribing the next book that I'm writing. I have all the audios ready, recorded it. Every word of the book is already recorded. I just need to sit down and take the recordings and put them into a Word format and start creating a book, an actual book. And so I haven't gotten to that this week. And what I realized this morning is it's okay to say, I'm just going to take a break from pushing and forcing and trying to get everything done that my mind has set as the priority for this week, and consciously choose where I'm directing my resources. And so today it's finishing the information for a retreat and events that I'm going to be hosting for 11/11 Portal on November 11th. That's first. Podcast is next, which means this may go up today or it may go up tomorrow. I don't know. And so tomorrow I'm just not going to mess with any technology. I'm going to sit with my computer and my phone and transcribe recordings, which takes no power, no internet power. So when I share all of this, everything that happens in our 3D reality, in our physical world around us, is a representation of what's happening energetically inside of us. There are no mistakes, there's no mismatches, there is always wisdom and lessons to be explored. And of course, for someone who works with energy and understands how energy flows, to have the flow supply limited or cut off has been a real shocker. And it has it's been funny to witness and experience, and also why is this showing up? One of my friends yesterday sent me a text. She's like, well, you are an energy coach, so you should be able to figure this out. And yesterday this sweet man showed up to look at the yard and figure out how he's going to run the Optics line. And he asked for my business card, and I had to laugh because I hand him this card and it says energy coach, and he's literally providing the energy that supplies the energy that sends my business out into the world. And he gives me his business card. It was just a funny moment of how our lives are always representing what is happening to us internally. We each, as souls in human bodies, we have a limited resource of energy available to us, and some call this chi. One of my beautiful acupuncture friends is always talking about the amount of chi that we naturally have in our bodies. And when we deplete that energy because we're stressed or overcommitted or tired or pushing too hard or depressed or or like Star seeing a squirrel, angry. He seems to be seeing more squirrels lately. They're all coming out to collect their nuts for the winter. But when we have this limited supply of chi and we're depleting ourselves and we're not able to recharge or bring in a new resource of chi or energy, eventually our bodies are going to need to rest. They're going to need to pause. And sometimes we do that through getting sick and then we have to pause. Or we're just so tired we have to lay down and sleep. Or we make a conscious choice, that we need some recharging, we need some resupply of that energy source. I meditate a lot, I clear my gunky energy out a lot. I do all these things that keep my energy level pretty consistent. And also what I've noticed this week is not having the tools and the structure in place to help me provide what I bring out into the world on a daily basis. Not having that easy flow has depleted some of my chi. The extra time, the extra effort has created that, why is it so frustrating? Why is it taking so long? In addition to the healing work I'm doing and the coaching and the supporting and, running a home, we all have all of these tasks and responsibilities that require our energy. And so when we are pushing through or trying to compensate for a place where there isn't enough energy, we deplete our resources. So that's what I was realizing this morning as I was reflecting about this podcast. Do I even do a podcast today? Do I just skip it for the next couple days? And no, what feels right is to bring this to our attention so we can each look at it for ourselves. We are collectively moving through a big surfacing of old stuff. Anyone who follows astrology, this is a week with a lot of gunk coming up to be looked at, a lot of truth being expressed, deep truth, a lot of ouches and tender places. And when we are using our attention and our resources to do that kind of healing work or awareness or truth-telling, whether we're doing it individually or just feeling how it's happening in relationships and conversations around us collectively, we're all in that soup together. We're all in that vibration of being in the mess together. And so sometimes it's okay to just give yourself permission to rest. And that's what I realized this morning. It's okay to rest. It's okay to say I've done a lot and it's been amazing and I've really brought through what I know needed to flow through me this week, and it's time to rest a little. So I give myself permission to do that. And hopefully by you witnessing me doing it, you give yourself permission, so you rest. So you create a little space to sit and be still and just chill out, listen to music, laugh, have a beer, take a nap, whatever feels right to you. For me, chase a squirrel. You can be like Star. Just stand at the window and chase a squirrel. It must be a good one. What fills me up, there he goes. Did you hear him? He just ran by. He's going to the other window. He may have a better view from in here. Star went to doggy daycare yesterday and played all day long, and normally he rests the day after a day at doggy daycare. He will lay down on the couch and he won't move for like 6 hours. There he goes again, other window. But the squirrels are too fun today. So to wrap up, what I feel as rest for myself, what recharges me and my chi, my energy, is to sit in the wonderment of creative energy. And the audios that have flowed through me for my next book are just so beautiful and so powerful, and the stories that are ready to be shared just fill my heart. They fill my soul with such joy, and I'm so excited to put them into book format and share them. So tomorrow, that is what I am gifting myself with, is time to rest and sit in that vibration and transcribe and create. So that is the wisdom of today. Permission to rest, granted. For me, for you, for all of us. Yeah, have a beautiful weekend, everyone, and I will be back on Monday. Thank you for tuning in to today's vibration. Let's take this message of pure love out into all of our communities and continue expanding love here on Gaia. So much love from my heart to yours.